Jonas, go.
Hey, Grant, thanks for joining us, man. I asked Thayer the same question, but, as a captain, as an older guy, when you see two of your teammates go down or you get the news that they're done for the year, how does that affect the rest of the team? And is this something you guys can kind of rally around and kind of motivate you guys moving forward to play for those guys?
So when we first found out, the first thing is that I feel bad for both of those guys, because I've seen how hard they work and I see how badly they want to help this team. But we also understand that we can go out there and honor them with our play. So that's what we're trying to do this year is we understand that they can't play, but we want to play hard for them because we know that if they were out there on the field with us, then they would give us everything that they had. So that's what we plan on doing for the rest of the year.
Like, as a follow-up, injuries happen. I mean, it's football. You're gonna have some guys who you lose. When it's two starters, particularly a captain like Peyton or somebody like Peyton who's been through enough surgeries already, like, what does that make it a little bit more real when it's something like someone like that who has been through so much already and such an important part of this team?
Like, I think that this shows guys that you can't take this game for granted. Like it can be gone like that. In Peyton, you know what I'm saying, just seeing how hard he worked to get back. Like, I mean, it's like I feel so bad for him. But that also shows guys on his team to not take this game for granted at all, and to go out there and play hard every snap because it can be gone like that. So that's just what we're trying to do for the rest of the year, is just honor those guys with the way that we play.
Go ahead, David.
So Grant, I'm curious, why is Drake the right guy to replace Peyton as the captain on this team?
I mean, when you look at the linebacker room, all three of those guys could be captains, which two of them were. And, now you add Drake, you know what I'm saying? But Drake, just the way that he works on the field, like Drake does the hard things, like taking on, lead blockers and things like that. He puts himself on the line to help out the team. And I think in a captain that's what you want, is somebody that puts the team before themselves. And that's something that we've seen Drake do. Drake also uses his voice all the time, trying to lead guys and point guys in the right direction. So I think that when you look at somebody that you want to step up and lead, Drake's the right guy. And I think that we can all agree on that as a team.
Todd Gibson.
Yeah, Grant, what's it going to take for this program to get that signature win? You always want to knock up the SEC, and just what's it going to take for this program to get over that hump? And most people thought it was going to happen on Saturday, and it just didn't.
The first thing is, that's a nice last name that you got there. But but the other thing is, what I'm saying, we just have to execute. And I think that's something that we saw that we didn't do this past weekend. We really beat ourselves in some ways. Now, look, we played a great team and they played well, you know what I'm saying? But we got to execute better. And that's something that we know as a team. Like, the small things this past week beat us, the small details on stand, we have to play better and we have to fix those things. But we also know that one game does not define the team. You know what I'm saying? We know that we can bounce back from this and we can learn from our mistakes. It's only a loss if you don't learn from it. And we learned from it a lot this past week. So we're just trying to learn from this game and move forward so that it doesn't happen again.
Do you get off social media after a loss like this, or do you hang in there and just do like you've been doing?
I mean, it's like I really just try to tune out all the negative things. I have this thing that I say PVO, which is positive vibes only. So I try to tune out all the bad things. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, obviously I see those things, but I don't listen to it because, I know that the only thing that matters is this team and the guys that we have in this building. And, we all believe that we can still do everything that we have set our goals for.
But good and bad, do you like the fact that the Pack faithful are so passionate about this football team?
Yeah, like absolutely. Like, NC State has the best fans, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we understand that they want us to win, but we want to win also. So if I don't want them to think that, that we go out there and we lose and we don't care, like, we're upset that we lost that game too. But we also understand that it's a long year and we can bounce back and we can play better. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to keep playing hard and just trying to get prep for this next game versus Furman.
Well, you did last year. After the second loss of the season, you bounced back. Do you kind of carry that over to this season and use that as maybe an example of what can happen positively?
Yeah, absolutely. Like last year when we went up to VTech, we didn't play very well. And some people thought that we were going to just go downhill again. But we came together as a team and was like, we're not doing that this year. And we got the same mindset this year. We know that one game does not define this team, and we can go on a run if we need to. So that's what we're going to do.
Go ahead, Jonas.
Grant, you said a few minutes ago that when you guys watch the film, you realize it's the little things, some execution that kind of cost you that game. Coach Doran I think I saw his post-game video message to you guys. I feel bad for the next team. And after a game like that, when you know you beat yourself, how much are you looking forward to getting back on the grass, correcting those mistakes, and showing that that wasn't us that you saw last week in Starkville?
We can't wait because like we understand like you only get 12 games a year. So when you don't play well in the game that we just had, like you're just anxious to get back out there on the field. Like we went out there today on the field and had a great day. Everybody was dialed in, everybody was locked in because we want to fix the mistakes that we made. So we can't wait to get back out there on the field this weekend, but we also understand that we need to have a great week of getting prepped for Furman. You know, like you can't just show up on game day. You have to show up each day of the week to get better so that on game day you can fly around.
Does it, as a follow-up, I mean, you get so hyped for the Mississippi State game and you're ready to get back on the field, but you're playing Furman, no disrespect to Furman, but it's not another big name opponent. Does that matter? Or to you guys, it's like it's another team in a different color jersey. It doesn't matter to us. So
the way that we look at it is we get 12 games a year, but we work year round for these 12 games. So any chance that we get to play, we're going to take advantage of it. And we can't wait to get back out there on the field to play at home again. You know what I'm saying? Like we haven't had fans in a long time. So obviously the U.S. in front of our fans and just go out there and compete. So we treat every team the same too. You know, like we worked hard this whole week, just trying to game plan, you know, like we still watched all of our film. You know, we treat every team the same because the past 2 weeks, I mean, like we've seen what's happened to other teams just around, and we don't want that to happen to us, and we want to go out there and compete hard.
Joe?
Hey, Grant, as an offensive line, obviously the first week you guys had so much success in the run game. Last week, not so much. What's kind of the mindset going into this week? Just trying to, you know, make those adjustments and kind of make sure that you're back on the right track in terms of an offensive line.
So as an offensive line, like we hold ourselves to a high standard. And we know that last week, the things that we put on tape was not our best. And, you know, so we've worked together this week. You know, we sit down, we watch film together as a group every day, you know, and we understand that, you know, that we can do some good things, but we have to go out there and execute on the field. So obviously last week, although we were upset, you know, like we learned from those mistakes and we're just going to try to fix them this week, you know. Like we don't want last week to define our team and define us as a group. And we know that we can play better. And that's what we plan on doing this weekend.
Go ahead, Jonas.
Does anybody actually call you the mayor of Raleigh? That's what they say on the broadcast. Did they call you the mayor of Raleigh?
So listen, so like I was downstairs this morning and somebody told me that. And at first I was like, what are you talking about? Because I only watched the film that's on our iPads.
Right.
I didn't watch the TV copy. So I've never heard that before, but you know what I'm saying? But I did laugh at it. I thought it was cool. I mean, I wasn't upset by it.
So they just made it up.
I guess I've never been called that. I don't know if the
okay.
I will verify both Dorn and Coach Beck called him that in our TV meetings.
Well then all right, yeah, then that's where it came from. I hadn't heard that before, but yeah, that's where it came from.
Does anybody else have anything for Grant? Grant, thank you very much.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Media, we will see you tomorrow. We will probably be a defensive day tomorrow.